So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another delightful episode of CodeChef. I am Visha, and today we have a great episode for you. Going to serve you something truly special. I'm absolutely honored to have an exciting person with us today. Let's give cheerful welcome to our special guest, Prajwal Shah.
Hi, hello guys.
Okay. Warm welcome, Prajwal Bhaiya. So now let me introduce Prajwal Bhaiya to you. He is a recent BTech graduate in Information Technology from Walchand College of Engineering, Sangli. And during his college time, he has served as a president of the CodeChef Club, making impactful contributions and being mentor of all the juniors. He is currently placed in CRED, where he continues to excel the professionally while staying connected to the competitive programming world. He has also secured an offer of Deutsche Bank, showcasing his strong technical and problem solving skills. Along with this, Prajwal Bhaiya is five-star coder at CodeChef and holds the expert at Codeforces, and he is also an ICPC Asia West finalist, a truly standout figure in the tech and the CP community. So guys, brew your coffee. Let get in, settle in, and get ready for the inspiring and enriching conversation with none other than Prajwal Bhaiya. Prajwal Bhaiya, we would love to hear about your journey from the first year in BTech at Walchand College, Sangli, to the CRED. And along with it, how did competitive programming influence or contribute to that transition?
Oh, I was on mute. My bad, my bad. Okay, cool. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can I know how many people are from first year in this call right now? Can you guys just raise your hand? Okay, sounds cool. Okay, sure. Thank you guys. I'll introduce myself. As Sarangi said, I'm I passed out last month. Thankfully, I got my graduation certificate as well, which I was a bit worried about. Uh, in my first year, which was back in 2021, post COVID, first semester went in COVID only. I started doing competitive programming as the first step when I came in Walchand. My seniors told me about CodeChef platform. I started doing CP there. I solved, I guess, two questions in my first contest. I remember, which was very bad. Was due four in CodeChef. But it got me intertwined with it. I was very interested in solving more problems there. I started CP thoroughly, learning new things, new concepts, and all. Uh, After that, I learned HTML, CSS, basic web development. Then I realized that's interesting as much as CP is. So I started doing Monstack first, which I feel is totally waste, but it's okay. We'll discuss about why I feel that way later. Uh, then I started doing DSA properly, learning new algorithms, new data structures. My first year went in this only. My second year, I started learning core subjects a bit and advanced data structures and algorithms, which was the most important part. I became three-star at CodeChef and I guess specialist at Codeforces then. That which inspired me to solve more in my second year, which I have read 200 applications on Internshala, out of which Luckily, I got selected in two internships. The first internship which I did, they first said to me that they will hire me on a trial basis for 1 month, and if I deliver everything on the deadlines they mention, then they will see me for full time internship. Then, which I did not actually, because if managing my internship, then first internship with my college was extremely hard, so they removed me. The second offer I again got from Internshala, which was Oaklast, which was pretty calm, good, chill company. My manager was chill. I worked there for around 6 to 7 months, which gave me a lot of experience, a lot of exposure, a lot of things to learn. I mostly worked on AWS there, which helped me actually crack interviews for Deutsche Bank. In DB, what actually happened during my interview, the test was easy for all competitive programmers. The tests are nothing, the interviews are the main concern. Uh, During the interview, two things really helped me. First, being an active member of CodeChef, and secondly, my previous internship experience, which no one else had. So this helped me a lot. And trust me, when I say I applied for more than 100 applications on Internship, I actually did, because it is very hard to get selected for interview in after applying for only one company there. So you just need to keep on sending applications and applications after applications to get an opportunity to get selected. So DB internship was good. It was a very good experience there. Got to learn a lot. But my CP thing broke there because of the work I used to get there. I came back. I restarted my CP journey. Went to regionals, Asia West. Then, luckily, on a good day, CodeChef contest was sponsored by CRED. I gave that. Got an. I'll briefly discuss about my interview process later if you guys want to know. But basically, I gave the contest, got shortlisted to further rounds, cleared that, and I'm in grade today. So this was a bit overview of my journey. I would rather be more interested to answer your questions than talk myself.
Prajwal, this is a really great journey. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. So moving forward, our audience has shared some wonderful questions in advance, and we are excited to hear Chip's insight. So let's jump right into this pre-collected doubts. Okay. So our first question is how to manage city academics and development. This is common question for most of the all year students.
So, see, to be honest, it is not easy to manage everything at once. You cannot allocate time of your day to do academics, to do CP, and to actually learn from development as well. So what I used to do, I used to learn whatever the things are in development in the vacation. So for example, this semester got over and I have a week or two before the next begins, or this year got over, then that was the only time when I used to actually learn something. I used to sit for a whole day and I used to decide keep before my next semester starts, I'm going to close this thing, learn all about this. So for development, I used to do like this, and for the entire rest of the semester, I used to do add-ons on that. Like if I learn the topic, I'll learn something more about the same topic, and or try some projects on the topic. But I will definitely not go and learn a completely new concept during an ongoing semester. During an ongoing semester, my only priority would be to build projects on what I have learned, or to do CP, of course, on daily basis, and a bit of academics. So you can do the same. So what I want to say is ki learn in the vacations, give a full look at full time and concentration to that, and during the rest of the time, you can just do CP and projects on the things you learned.
Okay, thank you, Prajwal Bhaiya, for sharing these strategies. It will really help us because it is hard to manage CP, academics, and development. So, moving towards the next question, what AI tools do you use at the CRED in your daily workflow? And have you used tools like Cursor or Gemini Studio?
Yes, I have used a lot of AI tools, a lot, like at least 15-20 AI tools right now during my internship. And our company promotes using them because they believe human and one AI can do what 3 to 4 humans can do without AI. So we are forced, not forced actually, but we are like aligned with using AI right now. But okay, we'll come back to it. I have used Cursor. I did not like it. I use Klein now regularly. Klein is very good. It's a VS Code extension. You can explore about it. I use GPT. I prefer GPT over Gemini any day. Uh, then DeepSeek a bit because GPT has some length limit. So if I have to send more than 7,000, 8,000 line message to it, I cannot. But DeepSeek allows that. So these three are mainly used. And one more thing, sorry, is that uh, I would say ki I'm using this today, but let's say if these same AIs were available to me 2 years back during my college, I would definitely prefer not to use them during my development learning phase at least, because if you're learning something and if you make AI do it for you, it's you won't learn anything about it, anything about that topic. So avoid that. You should only use AI to do your things when it's a manual labor for you. When you're not learning anything new, you're just completing your task and you of course know how to do it. So you should work as a QA there, quality assurance. Ki AI will do the job for me and I'll check whether he it has done correctly or not. But this should only be applicable when you are doing manual labor, when you are just implementing what you already know. But if you're learning something new, please avoid using AI.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much for answering this question. Now, moving forward, next question is, what have you learned other than coding for placements?
What do you mean other than coding? How does that
Like, other than coding means development related things.
actually see for your placements? If I'm talking about your resume, you should have two text on your resume that should summarize all your skills that you have in Arsenal. For example, there is this one project in my resume which covers AWS, which covers Spring Boot, which covers microservices, which covers anything more in system design and stuff. So, and one more resume which covers other aspects of my knowledge. So you should have at least two projects which should summarize your technical skills, and you should be able to talk on these projects for hours. Okay, not like you talked about introduced your projects in 5 minutes and it's over. No, you should be able to talk about your projects for hours. And if the interviewer is smart, the interviewer is asking some questions on the project, some extensions on the project, you should be able to handle those. So you should have a thorough knowledge about what you have done. Okay, and it is very important in interviews as much as CPs or DSA is important. Knowing about your projects, what have you done, and actually knowing about these concepts. Is
Okay,
that
so we will focus on project also along with the CP. So now moving towards the next question. I am more distressed because when I learn new things, I forgot past things. And Prajwal Bhaiya, please answer this question in detail because it is a major problem of all of us.
can you give me an example about this? What have you learned something new and then forgotten past?
Like if I have learned a topic of any topic of DSA, and before this topic I have learned one more topic, then now I am not able to recall the previous topic.
Does this problem only happen in DSA or other aspects of your CS journey, like in development or core subjects?
Please guide in any other aspect also.
So, because the solutions for both of them are completely different. Okay.
Okay.
Talk about DSA. So it's very simple for DSA. If you learn a topic, if you learn some other topic, it's humanly behavior key. You would start forgetting things about the older topic. The easiest way to manage all the topics that you learn is to solve multi-topic problem, a problem which requires 3 to 4 different topics to tackle it. So what happens? You get a quick review or revision over all these topics, and then you solve that problem. So once you start solving these kinds of problems which involve multiple topics, initially you won't be able to solve them, but later you would realize that you are solving such problems which now require 10 different topics uh, to begin with. So like that, because this way you would have an idea about all the topics that you have learned, at not all but majorly all the topics that are important. So solving questions which have multiple topics involved really helps in not forgetting what I learned before for DSA. Okay. And if you talk about core subjects or uh, development, for development, so you have to build and what we say, you have to build things on what you learned earlier and then get a revision on it. For core subjects, so रट्टा ही मारना है. So, let me
Okay,
see.
thank you, Prajwal, for answering this question because this happens many times with us. So, moving forward, our next question is if you were to start from second year once again without any coding knowledge, how would you start?
Without any coding knowledge. Okay, that's
Yes.
actually a question. So what I'll do CS is I'll start with basic DSSAP and a bit of development side by side. I'll follow the same journey. I'll do HTML, CSS, JavaScript first, and here I'll do some basic linked list and all first. Then I'll learn some basic algorithms like sliding window to pointers and all. And on the other hand, I'll start with again some development stack like Spring Boot or uh, Python Django and something else. And balancing, I'll try to balance both of these things, and then I'll start a bit of in core subjects like CS, DB, and OS.
Okay, thank you for the sharing such a great strategies with us. And the next question is, what are the strategies we have needed to place or get internship in companies like CRED?
You should have handling over DSA. You should have good communication skills. You should uh, be able to answer some questions related to core subjects. You should have good projects on your resume. That's it. Trust me, not only get any company, if you get an interview opportunity, this if you have any question in details, Swarangi Vishant, am I audible?
Yes. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
This is quite lagging.
Yes. Now it's working.
Is it working fine now?
Yes. Now it's working.
Okay, cool. I'll just turn off my video because I guess some internet issues are here.
Okay. Okay.
If you have any question in depth regarding the interview process, you can ask me for any company. It's okay. Ki, what steps are there? What questions at each step is asked? What preparation should be done at each level? Anything.
Okay, Prajwal Bhaiya. Our next question is how to connect with other software engineers or graduates from colleges like NITs or IITs.
Uh, but why do we want to connect to them in the first place?
Like for getting jobs or internships.
You do not need students from NITs or IITs, right? All you need is students, not students, employees from good companies. What company you are targeting to get a job in? So, and if you're asking me how to connect to an employee of a specific organization which you want to get in, uh, LinkedIn would be the best place to do that. Is that yeah for dev too
So,
much or no? So, so see, so a short answer is no. As of today, no. You go in industry, that's fine. But today, please do not rely on AI at all. Let alone being relied too much. Please do not be relied on AI at all. Okay. Please try to learn things for yourself. I'll give you an example. There is this guy which was interning with me at CRED. And what happened? he used to ask AIs to write his own code. Okay, he used to not write even a single line of code. And someday something broke on staging environment, and he had no clue how to fix it because he had no clue what the code was written. When you write your own code, you own something. You have a responsibility. When something breaks, you know what could have been the potential reasons of it breaking. How can I fix it? Or what could I have a temporary fix until we find a permanent fix for that thing? You have a clear picture, you have a confidence in yourself ki I know what could have gone wrong and I can fix it. But when an AI writes the code for you, you have no clue what it has written, if that's a major thing or something. And when something breaks, the only thing that will come to your mind is asking the same AI to fix it. And let's say it does not. It enters a loop where it's trying to fix it, but no, nothing is progressing. Then you're gone, okay? Because neither the code helps, nor you help, nor the AI helps. So no one will trust you again or your code. So you should be always confident about the code you have written. And the way to be confident about the code you have written is to write it yourself. So initially, please don't. Once you learn how to make use of AI properly, how to make it write code and also know what it has written at the same time, how to have a clear idea about things, how to know how to be able to fix things which you have not written. When you have these skills, then you can rely on AI a bit, but not today. Not definitely not in your college life, please.
So Prajwal Bhaiya, will you please turn on your camera because if internet connection is okay, because we are recording the session.
Sure. Am I visible
Yes,
and
yes,
clearly audible?
yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'll just 1 second. Someone posted a question. Okay, I'll answer this question at the end. No problem. Whatever your flow is.
Okay. So we will move toward the next question. I will be starting. Okay. Huh. I will be starting my second year and I want to land an internship in December 2025. So I need you to tell the roadmap for the getting internship, and if you yourself hiring, then what you would look for.
Okay, great. Because this also answers the question that has been there in comment. I'll answer both of the things at once. Okay. So, firstly, if you're in second year and in December, what semester you would be? Fourth semester, right? So, your first initial target should be key. Uh, Trying some openings are there at Google and Amazon and very big MNCs for second year students, learning scholarship type things. You can apply to those, but to be honest, getting into them has very unlikely or has very less chances. You might, you may not, but that's not the issue. Uh, I would say keep applying on software or applications like Kuwait or Internshala, where you could find some places to work on. Try freelancing a bit; it would be really helpful. I have freelanced a lot before, so you would get to learn a lot of things. Coming back to how to get an internship, what knowledge should I have to crack an internship? So you should have, if you're in second year, they won't expect you to solve very hard problems on DSA, but you should have a basic grasp on DSA to get shortlisted in first place. Second, you should have, as I said, at least one good project on your resume and some skills that match the organization. Always study about the organization you are applying. So for example, if I'm applying Dhruva, I know they use Go, so I would prefer having Go in my resume or at least knowing Go a bit so that I can cross question them. Okay, so every company you apply, you should have a what we say a detailed analysis about how the company works, what that tech stack is, and try to use what you know as an advantage to that. So that's the other thing. Be confident and have good core knowledge as well. In CNDBOS, at least have one subject which you have very in-depth knowledge. You have more knowledge than the interviewer sitting in front of you. Okay, at least in one subject. So that's it.
Okay, Prajwal Bhaiya. This question is also useful for third year students. So moving forward, our next question is, when you become three-star on Codeforces, sorry, three-star on CodeShip and triple on Codeforces, I asked you this question because I started CP lately. So can I reach this level sooner? I am thinking that you started CP before your first year.
I did not start before my first year. I started during my first year. But in any case, yes, you can be like I think 3 to 4 months of dedicated CP should be enough to be at least specialist on code forces and three at 1700 on code chef. So yes, you can. Even even if you like give more dedication, you can be faster than what I think a normal person can be. Is-
Okay. So, Prajwal Bhaiya, I will request you to share the journey of your for the Deutsche Bank as well as for CRED from coding round to interview experience.
Okay, which do you want to hear first?
Deutsche Bank.
Okay, cool. Deutsche Bank was simple. They came on campus, so fortunately, they had a coding test before their interview process. And as you know, as I always say, CP helps a lot in coding rounds. It took me around 10 minutes, I guess, to solve all the coding questions that Deutsche Bank had presented in the coding round. So I remember I completed the coding test. I came out and I saw Jyoth and many other guys standing with me outside there, realizing this test was so stupid. And then I saw 50 more people come out crying ki why this test was so hard. So the difference lies in in the fact that I was doing the same things from my first year. I was solving a lot of problems, and the other people were not. So for us, for a few folks who had been actually solving problems, the coding round was nothing, just some easy GFG questions. But for others, it was like their life hardest coding round or something like that in the third year. Okay, so fortunately, we got shortlisted for the interview. Then in the interview was completely offline. We were called to the study room, the girls' study room there, where the process began. My first round was technical. In the technical round, the questions they asked me, first one was, I guess, some locking on DB. I don't exactly remember the question, it has been a long time. But if I try to remember those, first one was something DB and log. Second was threads related question in OS. Some threads versus process standard question related to that. Then I had some more questions on core subjects. Then I had some questions on the coding round, which was completed. Ki, how was the coding round? Can you share whether it was easy or difficult? So I honestly shared them. The questions were too easy and uh, they were very standard questions. In my second round, the second round was very interesting. The second round in for Deutsche Bank was proficiency. I exactly don't remember the round's name. It was something whether you are like whether you and the company bonds with each other properly, something around it. So the question they asked me was, why do you want to join a bank? What happens if you get some other offer? Do you wish to continue here or will you switch? Some situational questions and understanding my behavioral aspect as well. So in this question, in for this round, it's very simple. If you are a calm, composed guy or girl, because all you need to do is honestly answer whatever they ask with some chutney, meat, masala over your answers. But yes, that's around all about second round. Also, they asked me about my projects in my second round. Ki, what were your projects? Now, a lucky thing happened to me. Not lucky, not exactly lucky, but it helped. So, as I said, I worked earlier in a company called Oaknast in my second year, which was also an fintech company. Okay, so in my life, I worked in three companies. All three companies are fintech. So my Oaknast company was fintech. I got in Deutsche Bank, which was a bank. So they had an understanding ki if this guy is coming from a fintech background, he must know things how things work here. So that helped. Uh, then so he was very impressed by my previous internship and what work I have done there. The interviewer of my second round. So my second round went so smoothly that the moment the round ended, I knew I would have been qualified for a chat round. Okay, I came out smiling. Everyone was watching me. I was very embarrassed. Then me and Datta were the first two guys before lunch who were announced to be called for HR round. HR round was very simple: what my family does, what I do, what why did I choose engineering, what if I had to go back in my 12th and choose some other field, what would I have chosen, and completely time pass round. So this was related my complete process during DB. When I joined DB, my internship was of 2 months. I got a very great team. You won't believe it was my best team till today. The people offered me so much to learn because I had no idea how things work in industry, actual industry. My first internship was completely online, so I went there. My 2 months were one of the best months ever, at least till today. Uh, I went there, I learned a lot. I had a very great, strict manager, but very friendly as well. So it was very cool. If if you guys have any question related to my DB experience, please ask now. Then I'll move to CRED. So should I start with my CRED journey? Is everyone okay? So for CRED, so in September around, I got to know that CodeChef contest has been sponsored by CRED. I I was in D1 back then, which was very advantage for me. I gave the contest. I got an under 100 rank in that contest. Then a few days later, I got a mail key you have been shortlisted for next round. The next round was um, what was it name? It was system design round, global level machine coding round. How machine coding round was the round's name. Okay. So in machine coding round, you will be on HackerRank platform. On HackerRank platform, there would be code files. These files would already have some code written in it and some empty methods. You have to optimally fill these empty methods. They would be given a big problem description, and you have to follow all clean coding styles, all low level design styles, different patterns like factory pattern or builder pattern or anything related to low level design. You have to properly follow that. You have to use like all clean coding practices and complete the entire thing. And on HackerRank, beautifully, there are different test cases to test your entire project, which have you built there. If there are around 100 test cases, I guess, if all test cases pass, there comes an option to generate the GitHub link where all the code that you written would be automatically transferred. You generate that GitHub link, you submit it to your HR, and that's all. That round is over. So this was my second round. Then came my first technical round. In my first technical round, it was all about they were testing me whether I have to truly done the coding in the coding round myself and in the machine coding round as well. So all these questions were about what have I done in the machine coding round? How could I have optimized it if I had more time, or what different things I could have added in on my own which were not present in the problem statement. So I had very awesome answers there because I had thoroughly studied the problem statement. Actually, I had few of my own implementation ideas there, which I could not do because of this template they had given already on the platform. I discussed that with the interviewer very well. The second round was around DSA and complete DSA. There were three DSA questions. One was related to binary search. One was related to uh, DSU, and one was DP. So these were three questions. Okay, DSU, DP, and binary search. They were presented to me in increasing order of difficulty. DP was the last, obviously. I solved all three of them, got called for the next round. Now, now this is also very interesting. Okay, the third round, my was scheduled at 9 p.m. at night. Uh, the round the round was taken by an L6. L6 is basically manager level position at a technical company. It's like SD5, I guess. Okay. The manager came, she started taking my interview. This round was completely about my previous internship experience, my projects. And it wasn't what we say, technical plus HR round. So and some situational stuff again. So the whoever taking my interview, they came at 9 very urgently because they had just came home from office, and they explained to me what work they do, what role they have, and they started asking me questions regarding my previous internship experience, what have I done, and some Java related questions because my role in CRED is backend engineer. so backend related stuff. I gave that round. I knew that round went good, and today the person who took my round is my manager. Okay, took my HM plus HR round. So she's my manager. Her name is Jaskaranjit. She took my round, and I have no idea ki I would be working under her in the same organization. So that was my interview process for the internship at CRED. My internship CRED has been nothing but a brilliant experience. I have at least 10 to 12 features live on the app CRED app right now, which I can open and see, and I know that it's built by me. There has been a lot of bad experience where I have broken the code many times. Uh, I have almost cried there, but I got to learn a lot. A lot means too much. Okay. And the overall experience has been great. Recently, CRED sponsored our trip to Andaman. Our entire team went to Andaman Nicobar Islands, completely sponsored by CRED. We had private villa there. We had private, uh, what we say, uh, cruise to transfer between islands. So see, there have been bad days, there have been best days. So it's all about what I take from it.
Okay, thank you, Prajwal Bhaiya.
Yes.
Okay, so now we will address some doubts from the audience. If still anybody have any doubt, please feel free to ask. Any one of you have the doubt, please raise your hands.
See, Lucifer. I think I always say it's not about DSA or development. It's about DSA and development. Okay, please do not choose one and completely be ignorant about the other. Please do not do that. Please have a good balance about both the things. You should do CP a lot, definitely. Why you should do CP more than DSA? Because CP takes time to learn. DSA is something. Sorry, CP over development. Development is something you start watching a YouTube video of 12 hours about some known concept, and you learn it, you start implementing it, that's it. CP does not work that way. CP requires constantly learning new things, trying to apply them. It's about problem solving, so it takes a lot of practice, and lot of more practice than what development would take. So you should do both things, but you should allocate time according to your speed, about how fast you can learn any of these things. So please manage both the things equally.
Okay, Samir, you have raised the hand. Please ask your doubt.
And sorry for interrupting, Samit, just give me 1 second. And when I say I have participated in CP contest a lot, I have also participated in hackathons the same amount. Okay, I have won a lot of hackathons. I have participated in 10x more hackathons than what I've actually won. And we four roommates, me, Tushar, Aradhya, and Vivek. We always participate in hackathon together. And when we are thinking of an idea, we like actually like sit on floor and discuss, and we decide no, we won't get up until we decide on what exactly we are trying to solve here. So all I want to say is ki please manage both the things and do both the things, because at the end of the day in company you would be doing dev and not CP there. Your CP, yes, CP matters because that would increase your problem solving skill. A normal person thinking in the organization and tackling a problem would be way weaker than you tackling that problem, because you have more things in your brain, in your understanding, which you can use there. So yes, CP is very important, but please do not completely ignore DSA. Sorry, dev. What's one underrated skill? I would say communication skill would be that, because everyone focuses on DSA and dev, but no one realizes ki how important good communication skills are. No matter how good you are, but if you're not able to present that in front of your interviewer, it's of no use. Your knowledge will be always limited to you. So you should be confident enough. You should be able to clearly express what you want to say. So that is really very underrated, not just in juniors, but in every year of the college.
Okay. So, guys, please turn on your mic and ask the doubts.
Why are please not post it on chat, man?
Please raise the hands if anybody has doubt.
I started development and DSA both in my first year. As I said, I only used to learn new things regarding development in my vacations. So there is a gap between first and second year. I used to learn related to Node.js and other backend stuff and even React and all. And during the semester, I used to solve problems daily and implement whatever I have learned in development. Please, turn on your mic. As a secondary student, how could I get some information we from choosing the right project on platform? So the right platform is GitHub, obviously. Any tips on choosing the right project? Right project, so yaar, I cannot guide you on choosing the right project for open source contribution. All you need to do is open GitHub or some YouTube channel who is presenting different projects for open source contribution. Choose what, open the project, understand what issues there are, whatever the way you can contribute. Does the contribution lie in your domain? If yes, raise a PR, go ahead, talk to the owner of the repository or the organization, mail him, uh, talk to him about how you can contribute, send your PR link there. That's it. I cannot help you on choosing the right project, but always take care ki whatever project you are choosing lies in your domain completely, in your greatest knowledge part. For example, I am a web guy. I won't go and start contributing an open source project which is on Flutter. It won't help me at all because I have no idea there. Always choose something which you know there. That's it. The best platform is always GitHub. Okay, you can just go on GitHub and check what open source projects are right now going on and choose them.
Okay, Tanuja, uh, please ask your doubt.
Okay, Tanuja, if you're talking, your mic is mute or you're not talking.
So please raise your hands. So Atul, if you have doubt, then ask.
Hello, Bhaiya. Uh, Honestly, I struggle to focus in lectures and just mostly sit there idle. And did you go through the same phase? And if yes, how did you use that time in productivity?
Sorry. Yes, actually, I went to worst phase. I used to sleep in my lectures, but please do not learn something from that. Uh, so you should be focused on your classes. Definitely, please do not sit idle. At least if you are not hearing the lecturer, try reading something on your phone, sitting behind. Now, try learning new things. Try exploring stuff on your phone. In third year, actually, I used to do a very interesting thing. So I used to open Codeforces on my mobile, and I had a empty book, a completely blank book, and I used to write question number one and put the question number there, and whatever the question is, I used to solve that question and write a theoretical solution for that question in the notebook. Then I used to open second question. I used to solve that question, write a theoretical viewpoint of that question in the notebook, and I used to do that at least 10 questions a day during my lectures. And at night, I used to go home. I used to open my notebook. First question, whatever my theoretical viewpoint is, I used to try to change that to code, bring that to action, and that improved me a lot because during contest People do not have an habit of writing things on notebook. I learned that from Jackie. You should solve first a notebook and then start coding around it. But doing that thing during lectures helped me understand how important writing things down first is before you attempt to code. Right? So this is something I did during lectures. I also tried to read some articles around different technologies like blockchain and all, or even Docker, Kubernetes during lectures, or even AWS. So you can follow the same, but also attend the lecture.
In which subjects do you advise us to focus on lectures? Like
See,
the
see. So I won't say I would advise focusing on lectures for some subjects. So for some good core subjects like OSC and DB, you should rather study it yourself, study from YouTube, study from different 100 different sources, read books if it is possible to you. If you are a fast reader, watch some good YouTube videos which explain in depth. Study yourself for these subjects. You should not be dependent on any teacher to learn core subjects. The only reason I'm asking you to be attendant in class is to pass your examination or score good. It has nothing to do with your career. Yes. Someone raised their hand.
So, Bhaiya, my question is it good to have projects with different tech stack?
Definitely. Why not? It is good to have project with different tech stacks.
And someone just asked one question that you said that in first year, learning one stack was a waste of time.
Yes.
Why and what should individual choose to learn in terms of development?
See, see, firstly, though, JavaScript is very good language. Okay. I would never say that learning JavaScript was waste of time for me. I use it today as well in some aspects of my life. In some automations, I do not use Python. I prefer JavaScript sometimes. Learning MERN stack was waste of time because MERN stack is not that much used in industry today, and I don't think MERN stack would be ever used in industry. MERN stack is not meant to be used in industry. MERN stack is not a disciplined language. MERN stack is something. MERN stack is something where you have a limited amount of time to create something and deliver it. That's only when you try to actually use MERN, because it is a very quick language, but I could point out 100 bugs in that code. Okay, because the issue is with how Node and JavaScript works, and so that's why it is not industry used language. Industry used language is mostly obviously Java, Spring Boot, Golang is now emerging a lot. I would see Munstack came before Go, but the amount of Go that is used in industry today is way more than Munstack. I have only seen very few companies at very small scale startups actually using Mun or Mean or even Nest.js at all. So that's why I said learning Munstack was waste of time, because I won't be using it anywhere in my near future. And I would prefer not to use that because it would become a very unstable solution for any problem. But JavaScript is cool language. So if I can go back to my second year of college, I would learn Java Spring Boot instead of Munstack, because today I use that. I have a great grasp on it. But if I had started in my second year, I could have known more thousand concepts that I actually know today. But it's again individual choice. But you can learn Golang, that's good language. You can learn Python, Django. You can learn Java, Spring Boot. But see, if you want to learn one, do it quick and get over it.
I have a note about ICPC contest. ICPC contest. So, which topics we have to learn for this contest?
For ICPC,
ICPC.
DP should be your priority. Very good. DP helps a lot. So see, as much as I know about the past records, so let's say there are 6 problems. The deciding problem is always a DP problem. Okay, because they do not ask some basic DP question. They ask a good turnaround over it, which is hard to tackle, but if you have a good grasp on DP optimization concepts, like there are actually many. So with DP optimization concepts, you can actually have an advantage over others. So first one is DP, second one is tree graphs and trees. So mostly trees, they ask very really good interesting questions on trees. Even sometimes they merge trees and DP question together. DP on trees, what it is called. So that is the second thing. Then I would say some basic ad hoc questions would be good enough, and combinatorics. These four things are very important. But please do not prepare topics for ICPC. Prepare topics for Codeforces. You would automatically start preparing for ICPC with it.
Okay, so one more question that as a second year student, how should I get started with open source contributions? Any tips on choosing right projects or platforms?
So that's for Angi a bit while ago. GitHub would be the right platform, and uh, for choosing open source projects, you can just explore there whatever you like. Contact the owner or the uh, organization, mail them, tell them how you can contribute, raise your PR, send it to them, raise issues on that repository. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Bhaiya, one more question. Which projects you had on your resume when you give interview for DB and CRED? And which question interviewer ask you?
Okay. Uh, Actually, do not remember both the projects. One of the project which I had on my resume, I definitely do not remember what I had on my resume during BP, because it has been almost 3 years to that interview now. For CRED, I had one project which I like till today was S3 as CLI as S3, because the project was like using your CLI commands like ls, cd, cat. You have to navigate in S3 bucket and you have to operate S3 there. So, for example, if I do cat and some file name, the file that is present on AWS S3 should get printed in my terminal. Or if I do create a new file like touch text.1, that file should be created in the S3 bucket. So it was a Kubernetes project where I create a pod and I connect my local machine and S3 using uh, Golang. So that was the project. So this was one of the projects. Second project was, I guess, something related to Spring Boot. So these were two projects. During deep number, one project was related to blockchain, which we had done in a recent hackathon, and the other was a Munstack project, I guess.
So this question, as ICPC Algo Queen practice tests are going, so please give the tips for it.
So, firstly, though, I would like to request CodeChef only, CWC, if practices are going on, please organize meetups to solve questions from this practice test. You can take help of any of us as well if you feel some question is too hard. Me, Jay, Pankaj, anyone could help you, but please organize some meetings where you can discuss all these questions. Because Algo Queen is actually a very good opportunity for girls. So, if you could help them in this practice, Srushti, please ask your seniors or anyone who has solved these questions. Let's say there are 8 questions in this practice round. 4 have you solved, 4 you haven't. So please make sure you know the solutions of other 4 as well and what topics are related to that. Okay. Shardul.
Can you walk us through your thought process when solving a medium or a hard CP problem?
Well, actually, I read the question. I see the constraints. That's my first priority. See the constraints, because after seeing the constraints, I know what is my time constraint, what is my space constraint there. I have a good grasp on my constraints. Now I check on what topics I can use there. For example, is it about minimizing the maximum? Can I use a binary search here? So to answer this question, will greedy logic work? If yes, please go ahead with binary search. If no, let's think about segment trees here. So DP plus segment trees or something like that. So my second priority is understanding what actually I could use here. Once I understand that, and I'm confident about the topic that have been chosen and the constraints, whether the topic fits, my solution fits in that constraint, I'll try to I'll try to check whether there is any optimization possible here. If yes, I'll optimize. If no, I'll start implementing it if it fits in the constraints. This is the overall idea. Anything else?
If anyone has doubt, please raise your hands or turn your mic and speak.
I'll just give one tip when you get an internship. Okay. So when you are doing an internship, I have seen many people call me uh, very afraid. Ki, will I perform good? Will my work be appreciated? Will I actually be able to do any work? Will I get PPO or not? So guys, when you get an internship, your first priority should not be to understand the code base. Your first priority should be to understand the people in your team. Okay, who your manager is, who your buddy is, what other members of your team do, where have they been from, what languages do they speak. Uh, so please communicate with your team firstly. You should have, see, you should be likable as a person to them and not as a coder. You should be a great coder, but the first thing they want you to be is great person. So when you interact with them, when this you start they start liking you can freely ask them about any silly doubts that you have, because initially it's not like you are a brilliant student, brilliant guy who knows everything by default. No, you have dozens of silly doubts. You can contact them, they would gladly help you there. So your first priority should be to get known with everyone, be comfortable with everyone, and then start understanding the code base, then move ahead with whatever task you are given. So there should be two priorities for getting an PPO during an internship. Okay, firstly is to be good with everyone, and your second priority should be to make sure that the team is dependent on you somehow. So when you start working them, work in a way such that your team is confident about you. They do not need to interfere with your work. And when you're about to leave, they should be able to like continue it from there, and they should be able to understand what you have written. And uh, what I can say, you should be able to give a key to them. KT is knowledge transfer. So you should be able to you should have so much knowledge around your code base that no one else has, that you should be requiring a meeting to help others understand what exactly you have done. Okay, so basically, all I want to say is make sure your team is dependent on you in some way or other. So when some people are dependent on you, when you leave, people would remember you. Ki this guy who left had done this thing in which helped us in this way. So where first should we think should be to be good with everyone, and second thing should be to ensure that these people are dependent on me at the end of the day. In CP13. So, Ayush, firstly, answering your questions. See, the domains like cybersecurity, blockchain, and even AI are definitely valued in industry and are very high paid. But if I'm being very frank, no one after a BTech would want to hire an cybersecurity expert or blockchain expert or an AI expert. If you really are interested in some other fields than development, you should be doing masters in that or gaining some higher knowledge because of see for development it is everyone knows that BTech is enough. you have all the knowledge that is required for development, and you can learn other things later. But for some specific domains like cybersecurity, AI, or blockchain, you should have more knowledge that is needed to, like, that is required by the industry. So they hire masters from good colleges for these specific roles, like cybersecurity expert and all. They won't prefer someone after BTech. So if you have your preparation of studying further in these domains, you should definitely focus on this. If not, you should rethink what you want to do. If you want to go in one of these domains, you should definitely go for higher studies in depth in whatever domain you want to do. And I can, like, there will be very few companies, very few, who would actually hire an cybersecurity expert for after his BTech. And the other question, CP31 sheet enough to improve this? See, I have never seen CP31 sheet because it came way later. Uh, I guess in my fourth year. So as to refer other websites, I guess I have shared the link once to all the websites as well because I do not have them today. Uh, I remember one website which had 100 problems listed on it uh, for every difficulty on Codeforces. So I should refer those. So sorry, I won't be able to answer you whether CP31 is enough or not, but I can trust TLA animators a lot. So if they have made something, it should have been good enough.
Okay. So does still anyone have any doubts so far? Because I think Prajwal have covered all those things which we needed. So still anyone have any doubts?
No one, I guess.
Eh, If no one, so I would like to call Swarangi for vote of thanks.
Okay, so thank you, Prajwal Bhaiya, for your guidance. So, on behalf of the entire team, I take this opportunity to extend our heartfelt gratitude uh, for joining us today and sharing your valuable time, insights, and experience with us. Thank you for guiding us, encouraging us for making CP development, etc. And your presence made this session truly insightful and special. We hope that you will be connected with us for learning more things in future. So once again, thank you so much, Prajwal Bhaiya, for being us with today. Your uh, guidance and strategies helps us a lot.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I wish this was offline, but unfortunately, everyone is at their home today.
Yes.
I'm in Bangalore as well. So we'll meet someday in college if possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.